Assures contractors of necessary support to deliver on projects. Anambra State Association of Town Unions donate cassava stem cuttings to people affected by flood. Federal government inaugurates mobile cargo scanners to tackle arms smuggling. On the foreign scene, Ukraine's government to set up shelters for heat and water after Russia's attack on power structure. Before the news in details, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Nonye Mokoye. Now, Anambra State Executive Council has awarded more contracts to construct 2 new roads and reconstruct 3 dilapidated ones in the state. According to a release signed by the Commissioner for Information, Sir Paul Mosu, the roads include Achena One Oboji Road with a total length of 7.80 kilometers and width of 7.3 meters and would be executed by IDC Construction Company Limited at the cost of over 4.950 billion naira and would be completed within 12 months from the date of mobilization. Ejike Abana has details.
The release said selected Isuofia roads with total length of 9.842 kilometers with an average width of 7.3 meters were awarded to Stefanuti Stocks Hapel Limited at the cost of 5.310 billion naira and will be completed in 12 months. In addition, according to the release, reconstruction of Ifito-Ogware Road with a spur to Ifito-Ogware was awarded to New Idea Construction Limited at the cost of over 600.790 million and will be completed within 4 months from the mobilization date. It explained that Savinovo, Umuofo Bright Street, Nkwo, Umuhu, Ubahu Ezike Road was split between 2 contractors for speedy completion of the construction work. According to the release, Rogel Nigeria Limited got 4.03 kilometers of the road, while Hamakop Consortium Limited got 4.26 kilometers, and the road has an average width of 7.3 meters. Rogel will complete its own part of the job in 6 months at the cost of 1.5 billion naira, while Hamakop will complete its own at the cost of over 1.719 billion naira to be completed in 4 months. The release said that ANSEC also revalidated the construction works on Nogwa Adazienu Akweze Road at the revised cost of over 2.9 billion naira awarded to Benajaf International Limited and is expected to be completed within 12 months. It said all the contractors will be paid 30% of the contract sum as material advance, backed by an advanced payment guarantee from a reputable bank with a branch in Anambra State. Ejike Abana, ABS News.
Anambra State government, ministries, agencies and departments have commenced the defense of their 2023 budget estimate before the Anambra State House of Assembly Committee on Finance and Appropriation in Awka. The exercise, coordinated by the House Committee on Finance and Appropriation and other committees of the House, is holding in the conference hall of the Legislative Complex. Our House of Assembly correspondent Chukwemeka Modelim Fide. This report taken from here.
In his opening remarks, the chairman, House of Assembly Committee on Finance and Appropriation, Honorable Obinna Emenaka, explained that the meeting is a statutory requirement for the message of 2023 appropriation bill and will enable the Anambra State House of Assembly to synchronize the budget estimates of ministries and confirm whether what MDAS appropriated are actually the funds they required based on their previous performances. Honorable Emenaka further said the budget defense will help the House to allocate resources wisely, since a well-planned budget is of utmost importance to any government to ensure economic stability and growth.
The governor of Anambra State presented this budget on 10th of November, which scaled through first and second reading. And presently today we're in a consideration stage, and that is a scrutiny stage. That is the Committee on Finance and Appropriation. And your ministry is critical, and we just had 2 sections. What we expect from you is well detailed from the letter presented to your ministry.
While defending the 2023 budget estimate of the Office of Accountant General of Anambra State, the Accountant General of Anambra State, Dr. Chukwudi Okoli, revealed that the Soludo administration is working towards making Anambra State a livable and prosperous megacity through computerization of office of the Accountant General to facilitate easy communication with ministries, agencies, and parastatals in line with international public sector accounting standard. The Accountant General told the committee that his office will also put in place payment model that will enable them have the register of contractors handling various government projects as for easy payment of money into government coffers from any part of the world.
This time around in 2023 budget, to get my office fully computerized. In the budget defense, I mentioned of e-payment module. It's a module that will enable you to effect payment whether you are outside this country or wherever. But this time around, it's your safe carrying hardware. And what have you level.
Also at the budget defense, the key officials of the Ministries of Economic Planning, Budget and Finance appeared before the committee and defended their 2023 budget estimates.
In fulfillment of its promise to support the flood victims with farm inputs and the flood receipts, Anambra State Association of Town President Barrister Titus Akbudo before now have doled out some incentives, both items and cash, to support the victims of the flood. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzo Okoye now reports.
While distributing the cassava stem cuttings at Umuezanam for those in Anambra West and Unanda Glory for those in Anambra East, Barrister Akbudo, represented by the first Vice President of the association, Professor Charles Wadigwe, that with the inputs, the farmers can go back to farm and cultivate as the flood left them with no seedlings to restart the new farming season. He, however, encouraged them to be focused and move on as they will recover all the losses, adding that they will continue to look out for them in ensuring that they rebuild their livelihoods. Barrister Akbudo encouraged the victims to present themselves for immunization and fumigation being carried out by the present administration in ensuring that they have healthy living and report any outbreak of sickness that might come due to the flood so as to seek medication, while appreciating Anambra State Association of Town Unions for its gesture. Chief Joseph Anibe of Umuoba Abebu Anam, on behalf of the beneficiaries, thanked the group for its responsiveness to the needs of the people at the grassroots, praying for God's blessings on the association and its members. Chief Anibe also enjoined other organizations to emulate Anambra State Association of Town Unions, saying that the farm inputs will go a long way in ensuring food security. The President General of the affected communities were present during the ceremony. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
The Catholic Bishop of Awka Diocese, Most Reverend Paulinus Okafor, has visited the sick as part of activities lined up for the celebration of his 70th birthday anniversary. Bishop Okafor, who began the journey yesterday, visited male and female surgical wards at Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University Teaching Hospital, Amako, Awka, where he showed love, prayed and offset bills of some patients who found it difficult to live there, accessing medical care. Our correspondent Amaka Chibuzo Okoye again reports.
Speaking shortly after seeing the patient one-on-one, Bishop Ezeokafor commended the health workers who took care of the patients, reminding them that their work is a vocation as it is not easy to look after the sick, adding that their services required patience, commitment and love. He noted that God has been faithful to him by keeping him healthy to attain 70 years and 15th year of his episcopacy, encouraging the patients to be hopeful that with their medications and prayers they will be healed.
Celebrating 70 years of my existence here on earth, and for me it's a very, very something to kind of for. And we are coming first here, the hospital. This is the first point of our activities within this week. And so I want to appeal to those of you who are here, looking at everything. This situation may seem hopeless. But we are here, you should be at this point in time. Those who take care of you, give you medication, do all those things. So I want to appreciate the workers all. I know what it means, how people say,
Responding, the Chief Medical Director, Chukwuemeka Odumegu Ojukwu University Teaching Hospital, Amakwaka, Dr. Joe Akabike, thanked Bishop Ezeokafor for the bold step taken to care and show love to the sick, regretting that many spend so much money on burial ceremonies, forgetting about the living. He called on the affluent in the society to emulate the bishop's gesture by helping to offset the bills of the poor.
Well, wishing you a happy birthday and more strong, healthy, prosperous life. This our bishop's phenomenon has to be imbibed, and it has to go right into our hands. Let us care for the people who are sick, not burying them and getting masquerade and killing 100 cows. The little money that we use, we even save some of them, they prevent them from dying.
Appreciating Bishop Ezeokafor for offsetting their bills, Mrs. Damatu Ahmed from Adamawa State and a 19-year-old Dennis Obayi from Benue State with spinal cord injury thanked Bishop Ezeokafor for his benevolence in ensuring they go home after the hospital treatment, praying God to bless him more on his birthday and beyond.
God bless my family. Thank you very much.
On behalf of my family, everybody around me, all the friends in this hospital, we appreciate our Lord Bishop. I wish him a happy birthday in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Bishop Ezeokafor Lester presented them with gifts. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
In a similar development, the Catholic Bishop of Awka Diocese, Most Reverend Paulinus Ezeokafor, has also visited Faith Community Children's Home, Awka, owned by and managed by the Anglican Diocese of Awka, to extend love to the children as the part of activities marking his 70th birthday anniversary. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye again is on hand with the reports.
Reverend Ezeokafor presenting them with bags of rice, cartons of noodles and biscuits, toiletries, cans of juice, tubers of yam and many others. Most Reverend Ezeokafor expressed happiness for visiting the home, noting that it is only the church can take passionate care of such people, reminding the workers that their work is more of vocation, urging them to be humane, committed and show love to the children. Most Reverend Ezeokafor extolled Most Reverend Dibezim for the relationship existing between them, adding that they are coming together to preach because of the souls entrusted in their hands. Bishop Ezeokafor noted that any religion that is not anchored on pushing the love of Christ, peace, togetherness and oneness is leading people astray, and said his relationship with Anglican Diocese of Awka has always given desired results.
In terms of peace, love, and family, I don't need the job. I thank God for so many successes we have achieved when we are inside. So for all these things, to God be the glory.
Welcoming Bishop Ezeokafor, Most Reverend Dibezim described the Catholic prelate as a worthy ambassador of Christ who has shown that leadership is by example. extolling the harmonious relationship existing between them because they are mindful of the fact that the church belongs to Christ.
And we thank you because you have shown that leadership is by example. Within this organ, you can see that there is this harmonious relationship that exists. And it shows that the leadership of the church are mindful of the fact that this church belongs to Jesus Christ. God will add more years to your years. Amen. You will walk, and at the appropriate time to retire, none of your bones will be broken. Amen. And the mercy of God will continue to be with you. Amen. As you are a peaceful church father, peace will also follow you. Amen.
While appreciating Bishop Ezokafo for the gesture, the administrator of Faith Community Home, Mrs. Ifeyinwa Honora, thanked Most Reverend Ezokafo for the show of love, magnanimity and relationship, and promised to use the item presented to them judiciously.
A big welcome to our August visitors. We are really very, very grateful for this show of love, for this magnanimity, for this, in fact, it is mind-blowing, for you to remember us, to celebrate your birthday, your 70th birthday with us. Father, our dear Bishop, we remain ever grateful.
Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
Congratulations to Bishop Ezokafo for wishing him more beautiful years ahead. Now, on the national scene, the federal government, through the Ministry of Finance and Nigeria Customs Service, commissioned 3 numbers of Rapsican mobile cargo scanners to checkmate arms and ammunition and other prohibited items coming into the country through seaports. The commissioning covers the ones installed at the Tinkan Island Port in Lagos as well as Onne Port respectively. Each of the scanners has capacity to process and scan over 500 cargoes in a day. In July 2020, the Federal Executive Council approved $18.12 million for purchase of the cargo scanners, which were delivered last December to ease ports operations and eliminate 100% examination that fuels corruption between stakeholders and examination officers at the ports. Speaking at the commissioning of the 3 new Noctec mobile scanners for the customs, Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning Zainab Ahmed commended the Federal Executive Council under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, who granted approval through FEC for the procurement and installation of the scanners and also the training of 120 officers of the NCS. She said the project would no doubt aid the NCS in the delivery of its mandates in line with the key priorities of President Muhammadu Buhari-led administration targeted at reducing poverty and stimulating favorable macroeconomic conditions for sustained growth and development. On business news, the Nigeria Export Promotion Council says the nation's economic survival lies with non-oil products. Its trade promotion advisor, Mr. Bello Noma, stated this when he led his colleagues on a sensitization visit to a media house in Jos Plateau State. He further stated that Nigeria is blessed with abundant non-oil resources in each state of the Federation, but we are not fully harnessed. The trade promotion advisor said that the council had dedicated a week to create awareness on the nation's rich non-oil potential to boost the export of non-oil products. Mr. Noma stated that they were in the media house to solicit assistance to propagate the council's activities. He added that what they are doing is to let the people know that there is a lot of money in non-oil sector. On the foreign scene, Ukraine's government has promised to set up shelters to provide heat and water after relentless Russian air attacks that have left its power structure in tatters as temperatures drop and snow falls. Special invisibility centers will be set up around the country to provide citizens with electricity, heat, water, internet, mobile phone connections, and a pharmacy. President Volodymyr Zelensky said in his nightly video on Tuesday, the centers will be free of charge and operate 24 hours a day. Russian attacks have led to prolonged power cuts for as many as 10 million residents at a time. Ukraine has urged people to conserve energy, and the national power grid operator said on Tuesday that the damage had been colossal. Ukraine's Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal said this week that some 8,500 power generator sets were being imported into Ukraine every day. Much of Ukraine saw its first snow of the winter over the past week. Authorities have warned of power cuts that would affect millions of people until the end of March, the latest fallout from Russia's 9-month invasion that has already killed tens of thousands, uprooted millions, and pummeled the global economy. On sports news, former international Adegoke Adelabu believes Nigeria's inability to qualify for the ongoing World Cup in Qatar is a blessing in disguise, saying that the country's football administrators have learnt nothing from past failings. Ghana defeated Nigeria in the past qualifying round for World Cup via the away goal rule. The teams drew goalless in Ghana and drew 1-1 in the decisive leg in Abuja. Speaking with newsmen, Adelabu said he would not have expected anything from the Super Eagles if they had qualified to play in Qatar. Adelabu acknowledged that Nigeria would have gained from FIFA's financial package and players' endorsement if it had qualified for the World Cup, adding, however, that such benefit would not have made any difference to the way the country managed its football. And that's the news, but remember you can follow ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television Oka. You can subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And the main news again. Anambra State government has reassured contractors of necessary support to deliver on projects. Anambra State Association of Town Unions have donated cassava stem cuttings to people affected by flood. Federal government has inaugurated mobile cargo scanners to tackle arms smuggling. And on the foreign scene, we brought a report that Ukraine's government is to set up shelters for heat and water after Russia's attacks on power structure. The special message again, Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's the news. We thank you so much for watching. My name is Tonya Nwokoye. Good morning and have a great day.
This is ABS, Heartbeat of the East. This is ABS, Heartbeat of the East.
That is suitable for rehydrating the body and quenching thirsts. No useful juice or delicious drinks can easily compete with water in terms of speed of absorption and digestion in the body. The secret of water therapy is simple. All you need to do is just to drink it at the right time and right quantity. And of course, The main point of all this is doing it regularly. If you do your therapy about once or twice a week, there is no way it will work for you well. You should develop this useful daily habit, and then you will be able to enjoy a long and healthy life. There are rules of water therapy. Drink 1.5 liters of warm clean water immediately you wake up, without brushing your teeth, since toothpaste contains fluoride that enters the body, which is harmful to health.
Water therapy, as the name sounds, using water to treat certain ailments. You know, your goal is to achieve good health. You know, by simply drinking water.
Water therapy does taking